No, I got to lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We're here for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's been a long week talking about these heifers, a very long week for not only the lean, but all of social media. So this recap, I'm telling you right now, is going to be strictly mostly about the episode. I ain't going into that. Me and Antonio did a lovely video last week.
Y'all were great.
Go watch it. But nonetheless, Jamie, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad I could be back. I heard you bitches were looking for me.
I don't know. When did that happen?
I heard my name.
Issues.
Oh Lord! Right off the bat.
Where did you hear it from?
The Lean Thursday, the Lean special, a very special Lean Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
Tuned in. I heard my name.
Still looking for you.
I heard my name.
Well, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. I see JP Rob. Hey Brian. Hey Asia. Morgan. Hey Morgan. Hey Dr. C. Who? Listen, I have gotten all your messages and all your emails. So shout out to Dr. C. Who that has been sending me all this like content. Typically, I will say our group chat, it moves. So if I don't send it
quickly,
Jamie sends it, Chase sends it, but Dr. C. Who was sending me so much stuff, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to add them to the link too. So
look, we need to bring him on as research. He's gonna be production in the back.
Welcome back, Antonio. You got low budget Wi-Fi today?
No, I left my watch on, and someone kept calling. So even though my phone is on Do Not Disturb, it ended up coming through.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Well, nonetheless.
Yeah, my host was trying to get in touch with me.
Of course they are. Right when I need you. We got a lot to talk about. This episode was a lot of things going on. I will say it was a very chaotic, a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling, a lot of
crying,
a lot of crying,
so much
a lot
crying.
of cuss words. There was a lot going on. But before we get started, of course, if you're watching right now, whether it's live or replay, go ahead and hit that like button to support the channel and subscribe to the channel if not already. Like I said, we do Salt Lake City every Monday. You know, we ain't gonna boycott the show. Even though you know how we feel about it, as of right now, we're gonna finish the season out at least. I can't promise season 3 gonna be on the link. I don't know, but that's just given what they decide to do. So let's get started. Let's get into it. Everything again. Hey everybody. Hey Demetria, welcome back.
Hey babe.
I wanted to start by Okay, so I'm not gonna talk about.
There's so many places to start.
I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna talk about the lady. But I will say everybody at this point has released statements about the lady. So which statement do you think, I mean, and I'm not saying whether it's sincere or not, whatever, but people in the comments seem to believe that most of the statements were bullshit. Sounds like maybe one person wrote them all. Well, not all, some. So I just want to hear individually of the statements that you've seen from the Housewives about the lady and her posts. What were your thoughts, and who seemed to be the most sincere and actually like a true statement, like it was from the actual housewife?
Jen
and Meredith.
Jen and Meredith.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we've seen like I think Tiffany made a statement. Tiffany Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Tiffany and
Crystal made a
both.
statement. Candace made a statement. So I was curious to see about the other housewives, some other franchises, like what they speak out. Demetria said Lisa's statement was so fake. Yeah, and she, Lisa actually went on Watch What's Happening Live yesterday, and she talked last week about how she was going to address, I guess on the show. I don't know when, but child, if that was addressing it, what we saw last night, baby, she could have kept that.
Should have kept that. She should have kept that.
She could have kept that. Demetria says Meredith. Morgan says Meredith. Okay, I mean Meredith. I feel like she was in between. Heather tried, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it from Heather. That's just me.
Whitney tried a little bit. I think Meredith. I think it's also the way Whitney tried a little bit. She tried a little. Meredith. I think it's also the way that Meredith speaks. Like she does come off a little. I did
read it in her voice.
Yeah, I'm disgusted by the post that I saw. That's just Meredith, but I think that did come from the heart. Yeah.
Okay.
Meredith always gives a little, even when she's crying and screaming at 7 a.m, she gives a little tucked.
Yeah, I agree, Morgan. I'm going to say that the fakest statement was probably Jennie's statement from herself.
Oh, there it was. Absolutely.
So
from the domestic abuser, yeah.
Okay, that abuser.
Oh, I didn't say her name. That lady. I'm not going to say her name today. That's why I'm saying the lady. If I say the lady, I mean that lady. Y'all know.
Y'all know the lady.
Dewey's abuser.
Right, Dewey's abuser, child.
Thank you, Jamie.
We were trying to come up with names in the chat room of what we could call the lady instead, and we all settled on Dewey's abuser.
Dewey's abuser. That's her name. Y'all can use that. So let's talk about the actual episode.
Well, now make sure allegedly, because there's no police report, so we just have to say allegedly.
Anyway, child, the current episode, we started talking about the lady. Basically, Meredith at the end of the last episode, she stormed off. Love you, baby, bye. And so it seemed like she was mad, but the episode picked up this week. She was cackling. Meredith was cackling. She was like, really? Like she really didn't disengage. She left, but came back. And one thing I want to say about Meredith, like the disengaging thing is definitely her, but she don't have to keep saying that she gonna disengage. Just leave. To me, it's getting a little repetitive, I will say, but I still love Meredith nonetheless.
Yeah, because she said disengage, but then she came back.
Came back like 4 times.
She
literally came, and I'm like, okay, are you disengaging or what are you doing? So then after that, basically, she comes back, and then her and Jen kind of calms her voice down. Jen at this point is talking with a less loud voice, and she's basically talking about, about the private investigator thing. And Meredith's like, Jen, I didn't lie. You know what I'm saying? And you've hurt my family. And don't think I didn't hear what you just said. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did say that.
Said just before I walked out. But whatever. And so basically, she's basically alluding to where she doesn't want to get personal with Jen because she has something that's going to end her. And so Whitney, her big mouth that thinks she knows everything, says that she heard that Jen allegedly was hooking up with the guy that Meredith was hooking up with while she wasn't with Seth. That's what Whitney says, right? We don't know. I'm sure it'll come at the reunion, but that's Whitney's story or whatever. And so basically where things go left, because Whitney comes out and says that, well, basically because you weren't on the bus, we think that you tipped the feds off. And that just kind of explodes everything. Meredith leaves, comes back. She's laughing and cackling. And is like, believe what you want. Let me call the feds now.
She goes, I'm going to call
the CIA.
Let me call the CIA.
Yeah, the CIA. So go ahead and give me your thoughts on that whole scene and what were y'all feeling? Because it was a lot going on. It was just so much going on.
So much.
Between leaving, coming back, Jen. And it gets worse. So we're going to get into that too.
I felt like Meredith really wanted to completely disengage, but it seems like, of course, it was edited. So producers maybe were telling her to come back. The other girls were telling her to come back. I also did feel like she, in a way, wanted to really clear her name because she really took to heart 2 things. The first was about the feds thing, and the second was the thing about her dad's memorial being fake or not true or whatever the case may be. So I really feel like she was upset and she wanted to leave, but she also wanted to kind of clear that shit up because she wasn't having it. And you know how sometimes things are so preposterous that you may hear or that someone has said about you, even though you are mad as hell and you're ready to really tear some shit up, you got to kind of laugh it off because it's funny. I felt like that's the emotion that she was in last night.
Yeah, Meredith is definitely one of those people that would laugh in the most inopportune times, and that's how they manifest anger or agitation. Is just laugh, because she's done that before. And I agree with you in that moment, Antonio. Everything that was being said, it just so far off in the realm of reality. It seemed, and this scene really showed again why this franchise works better in group settings than they do one-on-one. Because everybody at that table was giving moments that added. Jen Shah was being Jen Shah. Whitney was slurring and throwing gasoline on the fire. Meredith was doing her thing. Lisa was sitting back and knowing damn well she instigated a whole lot of this conversation and didn't say anything. Heather was in the back, just doing her thing. The lady had already gotten chewed up by Jen and Meredith and kept her mouth shut.
The lady
like the group's dynamic works best when they're in those chaotic scenes. And I want to know how many more dinners are these ladies just going to completely ruin. Because my God, none of them have eaten yet.
There's a video event coming. There is the next dinner, next episode. So it just seems like,
it seems like they got a couple more. Also,
and poor Mary is just there wanting to eat. Poor Mary sits there staring at her plate.
Well, she got a new job this episode. She really was Meredith's bodyguard. I don't know if y'all know this, but she was watching after Meredith. She didn't want nobody to come near her. She didn't want nobody to we're gonna talk about it later on too. But of course, with the scene when she's trying to give her omelet
in the room,
and then Lisa's like, can I talk to her, Mary? Like, you want me to leave, Meredith? Because I can stay. I can stay.
But you know what? On Watch What Happens Live, though, Lisa said that argument, like that, when they were at the table between Meredith and Jen, like that, it went on for like hours.
Yeah,
I believe it.
On Watch What Happens Live.
I believe it. Look at it. There's so many layers. So after that, after she storms off, Whitney goes to talk to her, and she's trying to get her to come back to the table, like so thirsty for whatever she wants to get out, right? Anything. Mary's like, Whitney, like that's just crazy. Like, how could she be responsible for this lady possibly being taken to jail for all these years? You know what I'm saying? And then she goes back out. Well, no, they go back out to this. They pan the camera back out to the table, and Jen is being sarcastic with Lisa. She's like, "Well, thank you for being a good friend, Lisa." And Lisa's just saying, Lisa has a moment where she talks about Meredith saying she wasn't there for her, and then Jen is like, "Well, so was she there for you? Just say yes. Say yes or no." And Lisa starts crying. I'm like, "Now what the hell is going on here?" I was so lost when Lisa started crying.
I was too. I didn't know what. I was like, Lisa. Okay, I didn't know when Meredith was not when she was supposed to be there. Like, I'm like, did something happen?
Yeah. She said, "I wish I had gotten more."
Like, threw her to the side.
She said that Meredith expressed that she wasn't there for her. Yeah. And so I guess Jen basically turned it on her to say that, well, was she there for you? Like, has she been? Because basically she's complaining about you not being there for her, but was she there for you? And she's like, no, actually, no, she could have been there. She said, well, she could have been there a little better.
I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more.
Then Jen got in Jennie ass again and said, why the fuck you don't go and apologize to her?
I was, you know what? So the first half of it, before we went to commercial, she was like, you need to fucking apologize and fix what you said to her. And I'm like, okay, let me see what the lady gonna say, because we ain't saying her name right. See what the lady gonna say. So when they came back from commercial, she did get a little hype. She got a little mad, whatever, and was stormed off. First she was like, what did I lie about?
She didn't really get that hype. The lady said, Jen, I just really want to be your friend. She just said it in her like loud voice. Jen, I just really want to be your friend. She didn't really get hype. And it shows that in that moment, the way Jen talked to the lady ain't really about that Long Beach, pull my hair back, take off my earrings. She ain't really about that, because she would have got back with Jen, in my opinion. It took been Mary. You see, when Mary kind of chuckled a little bit, she was like, well, Mary, I didn't say anything to you or whatever. It was like she just wants something with Queen Mary.
She was like, "What's Queen Mary? What about Mary? I didn't say anything to you." And I was just like, And this is the issue. I'm gonna say really quickly. This is the issue why me personally, I think that they should get rid of the lady, because it's hard to look at her now. Seeing those messages, like Candace said in her thing, like watching that, it can be a little triggering, knowing how she really feels. You know, you're gonna make it thinking now. I mean, at least I will. So I think that's more of a reason. Like, it's even like this just happened a week ago, less than that, and we're still watching the current season. So imagine watching the new season where they're actually talking about it. It's gonna be like,
you know what was another thing though, when Whitney went in the house to chase Meredith, and then she like pointed in Mary's face, said, why weren't you and you on the bus? And Mary was like, I know you better watch your finger. That's how Mary
looked. it was at that moment, Mary's face, like Mary doesn't have any time for Whitney, but she placates her so Whitney can play into the foolishness. When Whitney was stuttering on her words, Mary's like, what, baby? Tell me, what is it?
No,
what
just
happened?
tell me what it is.
Whitney was baby, she just was so
stuttering.
She couldn't get it out. She couldn't get it out. Everything was just crazy. So we kind of talked about a little stuff here and there, but then basically after that, so Jennie, I said her name. The lady storms off and goes away, right? I guess, because we found out later she has anger management. She broke her husband's ribs. And Jen throws her box. She was like, "Get your fucking friend, Jennie." And she threw a box. I'm like, "Girl, you should throw that box when she's at the table," because I would have liked it. That would have been great. And so at that point, you have who was in there? Meredith comes back out or whatever, and she's basically trying to clear the air on that she had nothing to do with that in terms of like the bus situation. And then from that point, what happened? She finds out that I'm going wrong. Oh, yeah. She comes back out. And so, no, I'm lying, child. My bad. I got it all wrong. Lisa and Jen tussle going into the building. And then Jen is like, you know what? Don't fucking talk to me, Lisa. And then Lisa's just like, I'm not gonna chase you. I didn't fucking actually chase me, you fucking liar. It's just funny. That little argument was funny. Jen was just
so much going on.
So much going on. I know them people like that were serving the food and the drinks and waiting to clean up, or just kind of sitting in the kitchen like,
these bitches crazy.
These bitches.
Child, it was a lot going on. And then anything else happened in that scene? Really, I mean, that's pretty much.
I think that was it. And then
Lisa, it was left with Lisa, Heather, and what's her name, and Whitney. Whitney's like, we're all the same team. We're all the same team. And Lisa's drunk, and I'm like, oh, hell. She couldn't even get the word.
She goes, we got to stay together. We're on the team.
We're ambassador of our lives.
Peace. I'm like, what are you talking about, girl?
That Whitney Rose was drunk as a skunk, baby.
She did.
But even when she's drunk, she knows what she got to do to work for her paycheck, and that's be messy as fuck. She keeps the mess going.
Or she keeps trying to get into the mess, because she could have just sat back like Heather and not really said shit, but she still wanted to be in it.
No, because right as stuff was about to get resolved and tweeted out, she goes, "Well, what about?" And she would throw another grenade in the fire. I don't know how she continues to remain unscathed. It's entertaining as fuck to watch, but it's frustrating because I just want somebody to like pop her just like one good time, because she's been needing it. Because she's been needing it a little bit. Her and Lisa both. But Lisa was on a whole other plane this episode.
She was. Them emotions. She was on a whole other. I don't know what was going on with her. I see this coming from Sats K. Meredith, 20-year-old son. Did y'all think it was weird for her to call Brooks?
I didn't. I didn't. Because I feel like they really do have
their relationship
relationship. I feel like they are extremely close. Not only,
and I know they'd be gossiping about those girls off the show.
Oh, you know
Meredith runs.
I mean, that's how they have a relationship. Like there are a lot of like families and mother and child that they're just close like that. He's gay. He's a well, we don't know if he gay, right? Because she said we don't know, but that's what she said.
Let him tell his truth at his time.
Right. Whenever he's ready to come on out, we
know.
We ain't waiting, but we know. Just let us know.
He a mama's boy. He a mama's boy.
So she's talking to Brooks, and then Jen comes in to talk to her, and basically just wants to know if Meredith knew what was going to happen the day of the bus. And Meredith was like, how can I possibly ever know? And then Jen, in her confessional, is saying like she wants to believe Meredith. It's like she still believes it. Like we talked about the last few weeks, this is the narcissism in terms of Jen. Like, girl, the women. This case has been on the wheel for a while. Like, this is nothing new. Meredith does not have that kind of power. Like, realistically, it's fun to say, but she doesn't have that kind of power.
She does not. It just shows. It goes to prove that Jen really thinks she's innocent, and she really is trying to pin her downfall on somebody else instead of looking in the mirror and being like, I did this shit. Like, Meredith is not, the FBI is not, they don't have a tip line to call and be like,
but Meredith said they have been investigating Jen for 9 years.
9 years. She said that on the phone. So that means to tell me that was one of those worst kept secrets. I mean, when you're doing fraud like that on that grand of a scale, people are going to whisper about it.
Let me see what's going on. Meredith, not Meredith calls her good sis every time she has an issue. Very much so. She does. So then speaking of Meredith again. So after they talk, I guess they go to bed and they wake up in the morning. You think things are gonna be kind of like, kind of on edge, but it's worse because Meredith, I guess Lisa didn't pull one of her little going to somebody's
in
room.
The Thief in the Night.
She does it all the time. It's like the second time that she goes to somebody's room and like does all this talking and then shit hits the fan. Basically, she says that the group feels or have said that she lied about going to her father's memorial, in avoidance to get on the bus while basically ratting Jen out. And Meredith is on a rampage, baby. When she screamed, she hadn't taken.
It was too early. She hadn't taken her pills. Huh? She hadn't taken her pills yet.
She was fully pissed. Aware. Like, you want to talk about disengaging, or engaging? She was like pissed.
She wanted to smoke,
and rightfully so. I mean, that's a whole father. Like,
and we know how she feels about her family.
Correct.
Well, and at that point, her father had only been passed away 2 or 3 months at that point.
It wasn't
she hadn't even had a chance really to properly grieve. She's working on a show where you're filming 12 to 13 hours a day. Like, the lady hadn't even had a chance to really mourn her dad. And y'all are talking about, I lied about going to a memorial for my father. Yeah, no.
Yeah. This kind of made me, Meredith, this past episode kind of made me stand for her just a little bit more. I enjoyed seeing her going off the rails and just going I did, because last season we see her and she was always so, kind of cognizant of what she was saying or what she was doing, always pulled together, and we kind of seen her lose it. I love to see a housewife lose it and really show the people, don't F with me.
My thing is, I wish she would just lose it and stand in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because she literally screamed out, say what you want, I'm leaving. Then leave, don't say all that. And I get you mad, but I'm not saying I want her to leave, but it's like, if you disengage, don't come back. But we need it for the TV. I get it, but I don't know. It's just it's a little like, girl, just give it to us. I do see this right here where it says in the after show, Mary said Meredith was yelling at the air, dishes in the refrigerator. It looked like it because she wasn't yelling at a person. Actually,
no, she was ranting.
Everybody was in different parts of the house.
Yeah.
What's her name? Lisa was eating Kit Kats. Like a 5-year-old.
She did tell Lisa, I don't want to yell at you. So, pretty much like, go on now, get out.
Don't do it.
Right.
But I do like how they didn't know what was going on, like Heather and the rest of them. But then they kind of like listened. They was like, oh, Lisa went.
And you heard Whitney. Whitney was like, she wants us all to come down and talk to
and talk.
And she wants to something like that. I'm like, child.
Like, what?
Meredith said, my family is off fucking limits. She went off. I said, ooh.
I loved it.
And this is the part where Mary took the omelet to her, and it was just like so funny because Lisa was in there and she was just looking like, you want this omelet? She said, no, I'm good. And Lisa's like, can you leave? I want to talk to her. And Mary's like, Mary ain't even looking at Lisa. Mary looking at Meredith like,
do you really want me to leave? Like, give me.
If you don't want me to, I'll stay. And then when she peeped out the door, she was like, you sure?
That was so funny to me because she walked out so slow. And I think she stopped in the actual doorway just to be sure. I was like, Mary.
Mary is messy. Mary is messy. Mary claims she doesn't want to be involved in that, but she low-key lives for mess. That made me laugh. The fact that when she went downstairs, she immediately started yelling at that lady about why she didn't.
She was like,
let's talk about that because they were down there discussing the whole thing about the memorial, right? And the lady says, we didn't believe her. We just questioned, was it true?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the?
I thought the same thing. And then they, of course, production gonna do a flashback, and it was the lady that actually said, "Do we?"
She asked it 3 times. She said,
"Well," and then that's when Mary gets upset. Sorry, if you join the show, we saying the lady because we're not saying her name, but we talking about the lady.
The lady.
So if you just joined the show, you missed it. We're referring to somebody as the lady because we ain't saying her name. But yes, I was confused by that. And that's why Mary was like, you know what, I can't with her. And she storms off, and I think she was fine with that. But Heather was like, I mean, like, do you have an issue with Jen? She was instigating. I didn't really like that personally.
I'm gonna see. It kind of triggered me when she was like, said her name matters. She said the lady.
Yeah,
Heather said the lady's
I was like,
name
that's a
matters.
weird.
And Mary was pretty much like, not.
Mary
to
said,
me.
not to me.
Yeah.
I love Mary.
But
Mary
then,
say
but then
the
that
F
also leads me. That leads me to believe like that conversation is probably being had behind the scenes because Mary wasn't on the bus, so she wouldn't have known.
Or there was more that was said while she was around in that kitchen that they didn't play.
That is her friend. So I mean, if you don't want to see nobody, like talk about your friend. So the fact that they're over here really discussing this whole thing, you know what I'm saying, about somebody's past father, it's just like probably like why would she want to listen to that? Especially the person that she don't really care for, I mean, and vice versa. So that's just that. But I didn't like. I mean, I think it would have been fine had she just said and walked off. But Heather made it really more than what it was. She put more attention on it by saying like, "Don't be like that. We're supposed to be nice." Is it because it's Jennie? Oh, the lady.
We're gonna have to make a jar that we have to put $1.
I'm gonna say if we say next week, if we say her name, we got to take a shot.
I'm out. Can't do that.
You can take Fireball. You know you like Fireball.
I think Heather was trying to hey, I thought we were trying to be friends. Mary has already made it up in her mind that she does not like that lady. She
and the lady
not like the lady.
Don't like her either.
The lady don't like her. Her and the lady just oil and water. They're not together.
If she wants to be friends, then she would try to mediate a sit down, because the same way when the lady called Mary out for chuckling earlier, she didn't say nothing then. So what I'm saying is that don't sit here and try to make it seem like that. Go ahead and try to be like, you know what? I see there's an issue. Let me sit y'all down and talk. Yeah. Girl, she's not that sensitive. She don't care. Heather is scared of Mary. Remember, she's scared. Yeah. Let's not forget, she's scared of Mary, not Jen, not the alleged criminal.
She's scared of getting dragged by Mary, because Mary got some words for her.
Look at the comments. The lady, not everybody in the comments and got on board. The lady. The lady. As a matter, I may take the duh off and just be lady, because I don't even want to see the that lady. So then after that, they go on their excursion, which nothing really outstanding happened on the excursion. They just kind of playing in rocks and going and stuff like that. Nothing really to talk about that unless y'all want to. Let me know in the comments. But they come back and they are getting ready for Club Zion. And basically,
I thought they were going to a real club.
Me too.
At first, I was like, "Y'all gonna take Pastor Mary to a club?"
I was so excited. I was like, they went right downstairs and they had takeout, and then they danced in
the lady had ordered the takeout. Did y'all see what it looked like?
Well, yeah. She ordered the takeout and they got late.
Yeah, it was. She said they got in late, and so they couldn't go down and sit down and eat. So they had to box it up and bring it to the house.
That cheesecake looked good as fuck, though. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
And none of that shit looked good. And I can tell it looked like something that the lady would have ordered. So yeah, she shouldn't be ordering food for the group.
I wanted. Did Mary eat her food?
Yeah. Mary had a big old plate of scatty or something.
Oh yeah, Mary did have something to eat. Yeah, and they were dressed to impress, but they was all going to different places.
Mary looked like an old.
Mary was going to the mall or to brunch.
Mary was on her.
Meredith loves her a feather. Jen was going to a damn picnic. Jen, I hate big old titties and a flat ass. That is just.
Wait, you talking about Jen, right?
Yes.
Jen been had that damn push-up shape. She been had that shape.
She had them big old titties and a flat ass. I was like,
big old titties.
Well,
because she didn't really. I mean, she's naturally small like that. So all she did was get this. That's it. I mean,
The lady clothes, her dress was too big. All her clothes too fucking big.
That lady looked like, when a new mom has a baby and it's their first night out with their girlfriend, so they buy like a dress, but the dress don't fit them well. They don't know how to do their makeup. Their hair looks raggedy. Like that lady looked like a new mom first night at the club. And
it did give like, you know, I haven't been out in so long. I'm so glad I got a night out.
Yes,
Heather was
she has
dressed
to be
like
back by
Heather
11.
threw on her some sequin pants and a white tank top.
Look, she had on some high-waisted green pants. I said, "Oh, okay."
But
like if this is the club we're going to.
What took me out. Let me say what took me out is when they all coming down there, and Mary came down there, and then Lisa said, "Oh my God, I love your hair." I was like, "No, you don't," because I don't even really like it.
Well,
and I like when she. I like that.
Cute. It was a cute little updo.
It wasn't as tame. It didn't look the same way it looked when she was at her house.
Yeah, it wasn't. I agree. It wasn't as tame, but I think Lisa really did. Like, I think they just are so intrigued when they don't see the black woman with her wig on, and they get to see like, oh, she does have some hair and some edges and shit like that. I think she was really intrigued by that.
I was surprised she took her wig off, though. I mean, you think she would?
Well, you could say, you know, it wasn't glued down because she stuck the damn Gucci hat on top of it when they went to the.
She does put that Gucci hat on there.
Look, she's gonna get its worth. She's gonna get her money's worth. But that's how you know, like, she really didn't care for the festivities. She's like, let me pull this up in a bun. I'm gonna give you the bare minimum on makeup. Let me put on this little Talbot's blazer, and let's go do whatever. I have to. I'm dead. I have to fulfill my contractual duties for my check today.
Not Talbot's.
Not now. You know Mary. Now you know Mary had on all designer. Now I'm gonna get it. All designer. I don't know what it was.
You know she had on designer. Now we know.
But it was all designer.
What did y'all? I see two comments. I saw Sasuke and I saw Calvin talk about the glam. Of course, how, you know, Jen having glam. Personally, I mean, do you think it's necessary to have glam on girl trips like this?
If you can afford it.
Yeah.
You know, I agree.
Some ladies need it. Some of the ladies need it.
I just don't know. I feel
Jen
like
is one of the ladies that needs it.
Huh?
Jen is one of the ladies that needs it.
But this is what I will.
$1 million, I wouldn't be using it on glam.
Yeah, because they got to pay
we
for
already know
hotels, and that's why I was so confused about her being broke and got to take her mama retirement. But you got to pay for these people hotels.
Sasuke is reading. Sasuke say glam with broken nails.
And a missing side tooth. And a missing side tooth. And a missing side tooth.
Missing a side tooth. I don't know if y'all saw
But that's what
right here.
Missing
is
right down
right on this side. Right on this side.
But that's why I like the Atlanta ladies, hell, and even Potomac, because they be going on trips, but they can do like pretty much do their own makeup and hair and stuff like that, and they can still like really pull it together and to make you think, oh, somebody professional, you know, kind of pulled them together. So I guess maybe Jen needs it. I'm not mad at the glam, especially if you can actually afford it. Don't be,
I don't know. Atlanta brings glam. Kenya brings glam everywhere that they go. She brought glam on Girls Trip. Portia brings glam because ain't no way people beating Portia beating her own face like that.
And her own makeup. And Candy.
A lot of them.
Well, Candy never looks like she gives glam anyway.
A lot of them
she does.
I mean, they were. Meredith was doing her makeup. She was in there, contouring that nose. You saw it. She was. She really was.
But I don't think Mary. I will say this. I don't think Mary is really good at doing like her own hair and makeup and stuff like that. Because even if you look at past pictures of Mary, she's very kind of bland looking. It wasn't a whole lot being done.
That's why she overdoes it with the designer clothes.
Yeah.
She compensates with the clothes.
Yeah. So actually at the table, basically Mary.
Well, I will say that I really enjoyed Club Monaco or what was it?
Club Zion.
Club Zion. Mary. I enjoyed that Mary was having fun. Yeah. Mary was like getting up and kind of engaging with them, and like it's good to see them having a little fun. Some of the other ladies were doing a little too much. Lisa was doing a little too much.
Somebody said was doing I didn't even notice, but what's her name? The lady was standing on furniture.
The lady was standing on people's couches.
With too big, ugly dress on.
God damn!
That gay pride dress before the party. So Mary apologizes to the lady. We didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah, she did.
And I was very surprised. You know, I'm wondering like what triggered her to do that. Like what made her do that. And so, you know, the lady basically says that she receives the apology because she has anger management issues. She's been there and she's broken her husband's ribs before because she threw stuff at him. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? Maybe he needs a sister wife because why you are a physical abuser?
He needs an restraining order. He needs a restraining order is what he needs.
Yeah.
But do you I'm gonna
slide into Dewey's DMs and ask him to blink twice if he's safe. If he needs some help. I'm gonna get him a van in the middle of the night to transport him to safety.
Yeah. Do y'all think that the lady should have said anything to Mary other than I accept the apology? You think maybe she could apologize for anything or not?
She could have apologized for some things, but at this point, definitely before, I didn't expect much from the lady. I really don't expect much from her now, other than her still wearing 2 big garments and clown makeup. So the lady,
at this point, if she would have, the only thing at that point, from what we've seen on camera, that she should have apologized for is for dragging that damn slanted eye comment for 6 goddamn episodes, and for making a humongous deal about it. But had she brought that up, the other ladies would have gotten involved and it would have devolved in a whole other situation even more. I don't think it would have been productive at that time with everybody else around. Particularly because Heather had already gotten involved with you need to come and say this with the lady, and doesn't her life matter?
Yeah, that's a little crazy. I don't think. It's almost like she said it. She kind of said it like Demetrio says, like it's something to brag about. Almost like,
yeah, she did.
Girl, I've been anger management. Like, I broke my husband's ribs.
That's not anything to be proud of.
It was like
anything.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing he's a chiropractor. He could reset all his own bones.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he can't. Maybe he can't.
Don't they do that?
Sure. So then after that, like you said, we talked about them having a good time. Mary was having a good time. Everybody was doing stuff. Lisa loved hitting that fucking split. I'm so tired of that split.
She's the Kyle of Salt Lake City. I hate it.
Huh?
She's the Kyle of Salt Lake City. I hate that.
Oh, Kyle, I hate a split.
I hate the splits.
I love when Kyle busts that split.
Don't do it. Antonio, we're good tonight. Please don't take it there. Please.
Child, Kyle will get on the TV screen soon. Get ready, Jamie.
I hate her.
Can't wait.
After that, they go to the pool and they just get all wild. Child, I was confused because I'm like, Meredith taking a top off and jumping in the pool, and I'm like, what these girls drinking? You literally see them drinking. The lady was drinking out the bottle. She was drinking out the Vita tequila bottle. She had it in her hand, driving the boat.
Yeah.
And so they get all wild and wasted or whatever, and then they wake up the next morning, and it basically is, who was it? Lisa and Jen in the bed together, and it was Meredith and Lisa. I'm sorry, wait.
No, it was Meredith
Whitney and Jen, Lisa and Meredith, right? Yeah. In the bed together. And I'm just like, these girls are confused. Just a day ago.
Mary had went on in the house and went to bed though when they started doing all that. Mary
she said she saw bikinis. So at what point? I'm curious to know at what point did she go? Because she clearly
she was looking out the damn window.
Oh, okay.
Because when they came out the house, they had on bikinis, I think.
I was wondering, was she gonna put on a swimsuit? Like, I'm just curious to what does Mary be doing? I thought maybe she's gonna go to the pool in like a little prayer cloth or something and sat there. But she didn't even do that.
It's gonna be holy. It's gonna be holy, whatever it is.
Yeah. Taking their top off. Ramona, so yeah. That's true. They do take their top off. That is surprised. I was surprised at Meredith. But then after hearing what Lisa blurted out next week, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not surprised.
Good for Meredith.
Exactly.
Because
Meredith being a freak was not the space on my Housewives bingo card I knew that I was going to punch.
But I said it last season that I could see Meredith being like a real freak hoe. I did say that.
I remember you saying that. I remember you. I think you manifested it. You said, I want her. I want her so badly.
See, I think you did say you was like, you want her to basically you was like implying you want to,
because she's so buttoned up.
Yeah, you want her to
and those are typically the ones that really will lay low and spread it wide.
Listen, that's interesting though, and I'm gonna say that because it's like, first of all, that's a hot mic moment, a moment that really wasn't supposed to be on the camera, but they still mic'd. You know what I'm saying? We've seen a lot of those, and
I'm like, do they just forget that they're mic'd?
Like she's a. You said what?
Well, if you're filming for 12
like,
hours,
I just forgot, or do they think that they've taken it off and it's still on, or do they just forget that they have it on? That's what
I think they probably forget at some point.
I think
it's at the end of a 12-hour day. Yeah, you're gonna forget. You're just gonna start.
They asked her about that on Watch What Happens Live because and they were like, it's Andy was telling her like, oh, it's it's something coming up next week, and she was like, yeah, I'm not really proud of it. And she did kind of say in this little question and answer game when they was asking her, Jen or Meredith, they was like, who do you have the most dirt on? She was like, neither. Basically, she was pretty much like saying that she just kind of said it just to say something. But she was like, she's never met anyone that Meredith had a relationship with other than Seth.
She was in full damage control.
Meredith child with these slurs and these rumors, child. She got she got 10 boyfriends. She fucked half of New York. The people online asked, was it Tom? Was it what's the Harry?
Harry, not Harry. Harry Dubin.
It probably was Tom and Harry. Okay.
I hope. Well, she said half of New York. That takes a lot of time. Yeah. I'm sure that's not true. I don't think
that's a lot of men.
Then right. I mean, what the hell was Seth there while she was doing that?
Seth was out posting thirst trap pics. You remember that picture they had at his birthday party? He had no shirt on and stuff like that.
He probably was
one of his thirst trap pics that he posted when they was going through their separation.
He probably was lusting over with Whitney's titties while she was
probably so. They talked about that a little bit on Watch What Happens Live too.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens because Whitney, well, Lisa says that comment about, she fucked half New York, and then you got Whitney with her little tea that she got. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen at the reunion. Like, what do y'all think is going to happen? Or what do y'all think that will come of this? Because everything is at this point now on Meredith.
I think Jen going to really have a lot to answer for. I mean, not Jen. Lisa's going to have a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
Outside of Jen, it's definitely going to be Lisa and then Whitney. Lisa did say that she's not really in a good space with Jen nor Meredith at this point, and Meredith deleted her
birthday post.
Her birthday post to Lisa as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So so
do you think that Lisa and Meredith will make it out of this reunion friends?
Lisa and Meredith, no.
It's giving.
I think they'll become friends.
Not gonna have any friends next season, like any, because
Jennie
and her are completely done. Whitney and Heather still mad because they, Lisa don't fool with them.
She could probably real like gullible like that.
Her other friends,
she could probably reel them in. Like she could be cool with them. She'll probably film with the lady.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I don't know. She can't film with the lady because if she filmed with the lady, they already. I mean, it's crazy because they're trying to hold her accountable because she has been friends with the lady for over 10 years or something like that. So they feel like she should have known. There was a tweet today that we posted that Jen was just like, basically blurting out like your issue is this, like you had this friend and she posted all these messages, and I'm just like, ooh, like. That's it. They're filming right now. Like they're actively filming. So I'm just curious to see where things are gonna go. But I agree. I don't know how Meredith and Lisa are gonna go out. I think they're gonna have many conversations trying to fix it. But I think if anybody that Lisa wants to be friends with is definitely Meredith, personally.
Oh,
everybody else, I think she don't really care. Even Jen, I think she don't really care, personally. Yeah.
But she'll have to be with bad weather for a little while.
Yeah,
that's her punishment.
I'm pretty sure that if she is there next season, I don't know if the lean will be covering that, and that's just on my personal decision. Just say
And I support the creator of the lean, and
that's because I don't have interest in watching a show about somebody learning and growing of their prejudice and bigotry ways.
Especially somebody that's not really
storyline worthy. So that's just me. But we'll see.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not interested in watching her learn or grow. I'm interested in watching her get cussed out and dragged by Jen Shah every episode.
But I wish it was somebody else dragging her, like somebody like Jen.
I think Meredith will. I think Meredith and Jen will be pretty vocal about stuff. Whitney will be fake vocal, I think. Whitney will try to use it to instigate, but
Whitney already gave us tea. Whitney said, we got to stop saying racist stuff. She already said that. She said that at the same time when the lady gave those shoes back. She said, we got to stop.
That's why I was like, oh, stuff. I really want to know what else was. That's why I feel like there was more and more.
Whitney probably the one that exposed that Facebook. It probably
did. I wouldn't doubt it.
Not.
Yeah, I would not doubt it. Yeah, and because it's interesting, because Lisa even said on Watch What Happens Live, I haven't been on Jennie's Facebook in forever, and I'm like, but you don't have to go to somebody's Facebook to see what they post. Like, that's what a fucking feed is for.
Yeah,
like I don't. But then it's also weird. It's like, why this lady on Facebook? But it's very on brand for Trump supporters to really utilize Facebook more than anything else. Yeah. So it's just odd.
Twitter as well. They use
like
Twitter.
I haven't been friends with some folks that I haven't been in contact with in years. And during the election, I unfriended a whole bunch of them because I was seeing what was coming up on their Facebook feed. Like, you're not going to sit here and tell me you weren't seeing shit that this lady was posting. Like, that doesn't boggle my mind. Some redneck that I went to school with and forgot he was on my Facebook feed showed up on my Facebook feed multiple times, and I finally had to delete him. Like, that's the whole point of Facebook.
That's true. Well, I just sent the link to the chat for a few callers. Of course, if you're watching, we're about to have our call-ins, but don't forget to like this video if you're watching right now, or if you're watching the replay. Support the channel, keep it in the algorithm, child. And before anyone gets on, we are doing Real Housewives of Miami on Thursdays. I feel like some of y'all
are so excited
in there because it's really good. This season's getting really, really good.
Absolutely.
And then Ladies Who List as well. And New Jersey starts in like what, 2 weeks?
Yeah,
February 1st.
Less than 2 weeks.
We'll be doing New Jersey on Tuesdays right after it goes off.
Queen March.
So get ready for that.
Queen March.
Our caller
Team
in
March.
Right
Queen
now
March.
it is Demisio. Hey, Demisio.
Oh.
Dang, he leaned out.
Demisio and that janky Wi-Fi, child.
So now I gotta let somebody else in. Hey, Kyra.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing?
Kyra.
What you got for us this night?
What do you mean what I got? This is an interesting episode. I understand now why Meredith is like very much so talking about she needs to disengage. Because I'm the kind of person where, like, in an argument, to stop myself from saying the meanest thing that I can say, because people already say I say mean things, I cry out of frustration. Meredith lost it. I think she's the kind of person where she tries to keep herself calm as much as possible, because she knows when she loses it, she will lose it.
Yeah.
Jennie, the lady. Oh, messed up. The lady.
The lady.
Take a shot.
The lady, like, this episode even further, like, before all this, like, she was not very entertaining to begin with. Because even at the table, I don't really remember what happened between her. I just remember Jen being mad at her.
Jen was mad because she felt like the private investigator thing was all on. She felt like the lady got it wrong. Episode. She relayed the information back to her. But she brought it back up, basically. That's what started the whole argument between.
No, I know what started the argument, but it's just like, I just remember Jen. I don't remember the lady.
Yeah.
She didn't do
because the lady kept her mouth shut.
Well, this is true. And that weird, the Lady Lives Matter was very weird phrasing from Heather.
Yeah.
Because like, oh no, you should hear her out, Mary, or something like that. But like, why would you say that? Her life matters? She just said she didn't want to hear her. She can't hear her right now. So I don't know why that was redirected to her life. At that point.
If I was Mary, I would have just kept walking. I would have just been like, you know what? I'm not going to talk to you either. Because, but that's just, I don't know.
And I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know how anyone goes up for Lisa, because my thing is, she is someone who does it and doesn't stand in it. Because she does those late night stirring her butts in the rooms because she's always trying to get ahead of the story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, at least if anything, if she wouldn't want to fully stand in it, she should have just like start what she has to start in the background and then let the chips fall where they may. But once she feels like she's gonna get caught in the crossfire, she has to do something. And Lisa's one of those kind of people where you're telling her to leave. Like Meredith's like, can you please leave me alone? She's gonna keep forcing people to keep talking to her, and they're gonna pop her. And I don't believe in that. But someone's
that's
gonna
why I was glad when Jen told her to shut the fuck up and get out of my way and actually chase me. I was glad because Lisa does follow people. She followed
Meredith.
And Meredith was like that's annoying. So I'm glad that Jen was like get the fuck out of my way.
She's always following someone, and it's like this very much so like forceful, like no, you need to listen to me now. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, let me redirect you because you're about to get onto me. So like let me like change your mind. It's like very forceful and frantic, and just like that would be so annoying to me. Yeah. So I would and they were in that small bathroom. I would have hurt her feelings. Because I can't do Lisa. At least lots of those women without the makeup, it's very hard. It's very hard to look at. It's very harsh.
The lady was the worst.
No, the lady and Lisa. When Lisa sit on that bed.
Jen too. They look very rough. I mean, that morning. I just don't waking up in the bed.
They don't moisturize.
It's not my brand of fun.
That's not my idea. That does not fulfill my fantasy at all, child.
At all. It's not shamazing. It's not
it was harsh. It was harsh. So that's moisturize, wash your face, please, ladies. You don't have melanin in your system, and that really helps with the aging process. That was harsh. That was Those are my thoughts. Oh, other than Whitney, I'm also over Whitney. Whitney, her life is in disarray, and somehow, some way, she still finds time to start stuff, and then ends up crying because no one really cares about the situation she started.
Right. Yeah. Very much so that. Very much so that. It's great.
Like, why does no one care about me and Mary? Because you don't. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Mary already said that. But we don't care. You start the conversation, and no one cares anymore. Those are my thoughts. This episode was interesting.
It was interesting. It was a lot. It was chaotic. And we're gonna talk to you later, okay? Thank you, Kyra.
Thanks, Kyra.
All right, we got Demisio for real this time, I think.
I don't know what happened.
They said your Wi-Fi was low budget.
Right. Everybody,
that's what they said.
On the lean, when you go out, I just say it's low budget. I don't know
low budget.
When you freeze, go out, it's low budget. No shade.
Hey, sometimes it be like that.
Nothing personal.
Right.
Okay,
what's your thoughts on this episode?
I want to start off with, first of all, that lady. I'm not even gonna breathe air into that monster. Okay, we're not even on.
Okay.
She is, in the words of Evelyn, she's a non-motherfucking factor, bitch. Okay. Second, I'm like, Whitney is just ridiculous. Like, oh my God, I have never seen somebody so desperate for a moment. Besides, like, Marlo, like, it's like ridiculous, like, girl. And then she also reminds me of Dorit. Like, no one cares. No one cares about what you got going on. Like, you are not important. You are trying to make a moment so hard that it's just like, I don't really understand it. Like, it's just ridiculous at this point. Like, girl, we don't care. We care more about what Jen and them got going on. Okay, that's more important here. You trying to search yourself in every single thing, and it's like they look over you, and then here you go again. It's just like, can you not take a hint? Can you not like see that obviously no one gives a damn, girl? Sit down, Wild Rose. Sit on down.
Wild Rose Beauty.
Then, thanks for the plug.
And then Lisa is the most petulant, conniving, backstabbing bitch I've ever seen in my entire life. She could not wait to say what she said about Meredith.
My wig blew back.
She could not wait to say what she said about Meredith. She couldn't wait till Meredith pissed her off to drop that hot mic moment, like, for real. Like, and that's honestly sad as hell. And then for her to think that Meredith has been a horrible friend to her, it's like the audacity. It's like, girl, you are the one that's been a horrible friend, not the other damn way around. Meredith has stuck up for you when she technically shouldn't have, because if I was Meredith, I would have dropped her that day when they was out there on the ice.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would have been done right then and there, honey. And then Jen, with that horrible, she needs to go to some type of dermatologist, like, Clinique is there. I use it. I love it. It's expensive, but she can afford it. She got all this money from old people. She can afford some good skincare.
Allegedly. We ain't trying to be like Dr. K.
You ain't suing me.
Nah, you go ahead and say what you're saying, chat.
If it's allegedly, then what Erica Jane did was allegedly. But anyways,
Jen is not affiliated with the lean. I repeat. He is a guest calling in.
All opinions are opinions of the caller.
I just feel like Jen just needs to have some accountability. Like, girl, stop making it seem like Brooks was talking about you. All he said was he seen your damn vagina, and it was said in the moment. It was said right there in the moment that that's what the hell was going on by more than one person. So, like, I'm confused on how that was speaking bad about something that actually happened. You actually was, she allegedly, her PR team was liking posts and stuff that was homophobic. And it's just like, Jen, girl, you know what was going on. Like, stop it. Oh, man, they just are ridiculous. The whole damn episode and last week was just exhausting, draining, chaotic. I just,
but in the best possible way.
It's just in the best way, but it was just like headache on like 10. Like, seriously, I'm just ready for the reunion at this point. Like, I'm tired of all of this.
Yeah, I'm ready for the
reunion.
I'm ready for the reunion. I'm tired.
Yeah, Heather's about the only one that's like tolerable, and it's just like even some.
Heather?
Yeah, and it's like
let me ask you a question. Did you like Heather outfit at the pool last episode?
I don't like nothing that none of them really wear on this show.
But this was different for Heather. She stepped out, according to Antonio.
Heather looked at me.
Y'all gonna stop bullying Heather. Y'all gonna stop bullying Heather.
I'm just asking. He says she's tolerable, so I was curious. Did he like her outfit at the pool? That's all.
I didn't mind the neon.
You're complaining because Jen Shah don't have no booty, but Whitney's Heather stepped out and said, "Bam, bam."
Didn't Heather say "bam" or did she say "boom"? Boom. That's what she said.
Bye.
You don't
talk to you like, okay.
Dress to me on
You're
this
a
show.
rude woman.
None of them can dress to me. I think the only ones that out of all the franchises that like wardrobe is like actually like that I would like say like, okay, yes, this is it. It's probably Atlanta and Beverly Hills sometime. Yeah. Other than that, like none of them hoes can dress. I'm sorry. And it's just like, what do these stylists be doing? Like, and a lot of them got stylists, and I'm just trying to see.
Taking them people money.
Okay, because maybe they went for the fashion because those are fashion fails, sweetie. Fashion fake. But child, Meredith's about the only one that can Meredith, yes. Besides
I feel like Lisa has a little. She has a little. Sometimes she can be like, it's very.
Yeah, I agree. To me,
she dresses nice.
Yeah.
Lisa can dress.
On down on the tan.
Meredith either gonna look really good or it's gonna look really bad. That's the thing with her. Like she'll either go all out the way and look good, or then she come with chicken feathers and it's like
Lisa always
Whitney can dress.
I love
Whitney looks good.
Whitney looks like Pumpkin from Flavor of Love every episode.
Don't do that.
That's all I see.
She does not.
I'm gonna
do that. I gotta go.
Well, anyway, thank you, Demetrio. We better get lay down, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Bye, Demetrio.
You said that lady said boom. You said boom, Cortez.
You said bam, and I said she said boom. You act like she busted out and was like boom.
See, I'm the nice one. I didn't say nothing.
Boom. Nonetheless, that concludes our discussion of this episode. It was a good episode. Still like this, still watching. Reunions coming up soon. I think they got like maybe two more episodes, one more episode of the trip, and they have the Vita Tequila event that Lisa announced, which is where the lady throws a glass at Mary, basically showing that she still needs to go back to anger management. But then she should
stay in anger management.
She should have stayed there. Correct.
She should have stayed there.
So we're going to lay down. Again, thank y'all for watching tonight. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, to like this video. Shout out to our two callers today, Demetrio and Kyra, and everybody in the chat for being active. Calvin, Saz K. Welcome back, Saz K. See you in a while. Dr. Sihu, Morgan, TKC, everybody that I've seen in the chat.
Calvin.
Everybody here, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We're going to lay down. Y'all have a good rest of y'all lovely Monday night. Okay. See y'all next Monday or Wednesday or Thursday. Good night.